Hello, my name is Phil Herman. I'm Superintendent of Hudson City Schools, and thank you for tuning in to this week's Monday Message. It is Staff Appreciation Week in Hudson City Schools, and normally during Staff Appreciation Week, our amazing PTO organizes activities, events, and meals to celebrate our staff, and our PTO is celebrating our staff this week virtually, but it definitely is a little bit different than what we're used to. One of the most meaningful types of recognition, however, is if a student or parent just reaches out to a teacher or staff member with a heartfelt thanks. So if you have a moment this week, drop an email to a teacher or staff member, put a card in the mail, give a shout out on social media. One of the amazing things about appreciation is it's really a double gift. It is wonderful for the person receiving it, and it's wonderful for the sender. They both leave feeling great. So I hope that you join me this week in thanking our staff members for their dedication, their care, their effort, and their creativity during some really unusual circumstances, and as we celebrate Staff Appreciation Week. 2 weeks ago, we learned that schools will be closed through the remainder of the school year. And last week, Dr. Acton issued a revised stay-at-home order and an order for public schools that closes schools to all student activities through June 30th. So there will not be any school activities, athletic activities, or Hudson Community Ed and Rec activities through the remainder of May or June in Hudson City Schools. And every time that we close schools for another extension this year, I can't help but think of the class of 2020. And so we're in the process of scheduling some events, some virtual and some from a distance, to honor the class of 2020. But it is a hard time to be a senior. So just like reaching out to our teachers or to our staff members this week, if you know a senior in these next coming weeks, please reach out to them. Tell them that you're happy for them. Tell them congratulations on their accomplishment, and really thank them for their sacrifice, for what they've given up in order to keep others safe and healthy. One of those events is graduation, and the last few weeks has been a little bit frustrating as the guidance from many state entities has continued to change regarding graduation. And we did receive guidance this past week where the Ohio Department of Health, the Governor's Office, and the Ohio Department of Education are now consistently on the same page. And so Mr. Wilch shared communication to our parents last Thursday, and he will be providing additional information and guidance as we finalize plans for graduation, and we are having those plans approved by Summit County Public Health. And so watch for that communication from Mr. Wilch this week. Additionally, for all the rest of us, a way that we can honor the class of 2020 is on May 20th, 2020 at 8:20 p.m. This is the night that our class of 2020 was originally expected to graduate. And we're asking community members to be the light by turning on porch lights, house lights, security lights. This event, again, approved by Summit County Public Health, will have our seniors arrive to the high school campus and drive a route through the high school campus. They are able to decorate their cars like they would their graduation caps. So a senior and their families could drive that route, and our teachers will be spaced apart at appropriately spacing, wearing masks, and they're there to wish our students well. We will have the high school lit up, we'll have the stadium lit up, and as they follow through there with Hudson Police and Fire assisting and helping to celebrate and recognize our students move through the campus, we want to wish them well as they approach the end of their senior year. And here's where you come in. On the drive home, help them to see that their community is supporting them and is proud of them. So turn on your porch lights, turn on your house lights, and as they leave the high school on that day, the night they were supposed to originally graduate, let's show them how much we care for the class of 2020 by turning on our lights. So mark your calendars for that, May 20th. Personal item pickup. Our personal items for our students, the pickup is beginning this week for the elementary schools and the middle school. Please sign up for a time using Sign Up Genius that was sent out by each school building's principal. Last week I mentioned the parent survey. Today is the last day to complete the parent survey sent out by our principals also last week. So thank you to those of you who have already taken time to complete it, and you still have all the way through tonight to complete it if you would like to weigh in. Next week in my Monday message, I will share a summary of those results from what we heard from you. While I don't have those results today, in conversations I've had in the recent weeks, I have talked with parents who have expressed worry to me about, will my child be behind? And some of them have expressed worry that they're not doing enough in an instructional role at home as a parent, and they're worried that their child are going to be behind next year, either for that reason or because we're just not covering the same amount of content that we would cover. And so as we think about next year, there will be some things that will be business as usual next year and some things that won't be. One of the things that will be business as usual is that at the beginning of every school year, our teachers utilize formative assessments, or assessments that are designed to give feedback to the teachers in order to shape and modify their instruction. So they're looking at their students' instructional needs using formative assessments. That happens at the beginning of every school year, and that will happen at the beginning of next school year. What might not be business as usual is the amount of review and the amount of pacing because of the circumstances that we've had this school year. And so our teachers will be prepared for that, and they'll be working with previous year's teachers as well as other teachers of other courses to make sure that we're filling in any gaps that our students might have. And so please do not worry that you're not doing enough as a parent, and do not worry that your child will be behind. We will work together as we enter next school year to make sure that we are covering the information that our students are going to need as they progress academically. One of my favorite books is The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. And there's a quote from that book that I want to share. Carol Dweck shares in that book, "If parents want to give their children a gift, the best thing they can do is teach their children to love challenges, be intrigued by mistakes, enjoy effort, and keep on learning. That way, their children don't have to be slaves of praise. They will have a lifelong way to build and repair their own confidence." So if we as parents during this period of time of challenge can help our children come back to school loving challenges, being intrigued by mistakes, enjoying effort, and celebrating the learning that comes from making those mistakes, that is a great gift to them, and they will thrive as we return to a more traditional environment. So again, try not to worry during this period of time. Help our students understand our own struggles as adults that we wrestle with during this period of time and what we're learning from them, and be those models for our students during this period of time, and they'll thrive when we come back to school in the fall. As always, as I say in these messages, if you personally are struggling during this period of time, or your children are struggling during this period of time, please ask for help. Do not hesitate to reach out to our social worker, Julie Schultz, at 330-653-1443. Our food service supervisor, Kim Saborik, at 330-653-1208. Our guidance counselors via their emails, or the Safe School Helpline at 1-800-418-6423, extension 397. Or reach out to an administrator, a teacher, or call me, and we will get you assistance. Again, thank you for tuning in to this week's Monday message. I hope that you have a safe and healthy week, and I'll see you next Monday.